To God be the glory. Respected Reverend Dr. Rustam Kaiser Jeffrey D.D. PhD, Advisor, International Mission Director. I'm reading Pastor's writing. Today is a portion 86, Revelation chapter 1 verse 3. Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the word of this prophecy, and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand. And this Pastor's writing, Sardis, 1517 AD tribulation. Name means Sardis. Name means remnant, the Reformation Church, the dead church. Modern name Sot Salili. Past splendor and present decay. Sir William Ramsay said of Sardis that nowhere was the greatest example of the melancholy contrast between the past splendor and the present decay. Sardis was the city of the degenerations. 700 years before this letter was written, Sardis had been one of the greatest cities in the world. The king of Lydia ruled over his empire in oriental splendor. At the time, Sardis was the city of East and was hostile to the Greek world. Aeschylus wrote of it, they that dwelt by the Tumulugs pledged themselves to cast the yoke on the Hellenists. Sardis stood in the midst of the plain of the valley of the river Hermos. To the north of the plain rose a long ridge, a long narrow hilltop of the Mount Tibulus. From that ridge rose a series of hills which went out like a spruce, each forming a narrow plateau. On one of these spruce, 1500 feet up, stood original Sardis. Clearly, such a position made it almost impregnable. The sides of the ridge were smoothly precipitous, and only where that be met that be ridge of a Mount Timulus was here any possible approaches into Sardis, and that was hard and steep. Spruce, a projection from that be mount on the mountain range. Prestigious, dangerous, steep. It has been said that the Sardis stood like some gigantic watchtower guarding the Hermos Valley. The time came when the narrow space of the top of the plateau was too small for the expanding city, and the Sardis grew around the fact of the spur on which the citadel stood. The name Sardis is a Greek, is really plural known, for there were the two towns and or one that be plateau and one in a valley beneath. The wealth of the Sardis was legendary. Through that be lower town flowed the river Patulus, which was said in the old days to have the gold-bearing water, from which most of the wealth of Sardis came. And greatest of the Sardinian king was Croesus, whose name is still commemorated in the proverb as rich as a Croesus. It was with him Sardis reached its zenith, and with him that is be plunged to disaster. It was not that Croesus was not warned which Sardis was heading. Sauron, the wisest of the Greeks, came on the visit and was shown that the magnificence and splendors and the luxury. He saw that be blind confidence of the Croesus and his people, that nothing could end their splendors, but he saw that the seeds of the softness and the degeneration that was being shown. Croesus embarked upon a war with the Kairos of the Persia, which was the end of the greatness of Sardis. And thank you very much. May God bless you all richly. Teresa signing off. Amen.